The Okonkwo family, like many Nigerian families, had a very peculiar way of measuring success. It wasn't by character or vision, it was strictly measured by appearance, salary, the size of your car key, and how often your phone rang with big man calls. Mr. Okonkwo, after 35 years in civil service, had retired with a decent pension and a bloated sense of self-worth. His wife, Mama C, ruled the house with her tongue and eyes. Judgmental as hell, quick to insult, and quicker to defend her daughters like they were delicate gold-plated eggs meant for only kings. The daughters had grown up under this philosophy. Cynthia, the eldest, worked in an oil firm, lived in Lekki Phase 1, and had already turned down 3 rich suitors simply because she didn't feel the vibe. Her Instagram looked like she bathed in filters. Bella, the second, was a businesswoman, imported wigs and skincare products, always on TikTok showing off parcels and cash. And then there was Anita. Anita was different. She read books, actual books. She didn't dress to impress. Half the time she forgot to wear earrings. She worked in a community library and spent her free time attending seminars on finance, personal development, and occasionally volunteering at outreach programs. Her sisters swore she was adopted, or worse, from another lifetime. It was at one of these community health outreaches that she met David. He was volunteering too, manning the first aid stand, wearing gloves, administering care, moving with the calm precision of someone who knew what he was doing but didn't feel the need to brag about it. Anita noticed how he listened more than he spoke, how he treated the old women like queens and never looked bored even once. They struck up a conversation that day about books, about the Nigerian health system, about life. He told her he worked as a technician in a clinic, was finishing his 2nd degree in health administration, and trying to save up to open his own medical consulting firm someday. No brag, just vision. Anita was sold. Not immediately. But he lingered in her mind longer than any man ever had. He didn't flash cash. He flashed sense. And in a country like Nigeria where everybody wants fast money, that alone was rare gold. Months passed. They dated quietly. David didn't rush her, and Anita didn't pressure him to be someone he wasn't. They walked a lot, took Kiki to places, went to parks, roadside eateries, and spent long evenings talking under trees instead of drinking champagne in overpriced restaurants. When David finally came to the house to meet her family, bruh, disaster. He showed up in clean clothes, yes, but nothing designer. He brought foodstuff, wine, and some money as tradition demanded. But the way Cynthia and Bella looked at him, like he was a rat that mistakenly entered the living room. Mr. Okonkwo didn't even hide his disgust. "You say you're a medical technician? What's your monthly income?" David didn't lie. "Roughly 80 to 100,000, sir." The man scoffed so hard it turned into a cough. Mama C shook her head, muttering, "God forbid bad thing." Cynthia laughed. "Anita, is this how low your taste has dropped?" Bella added, "Even my hair vendor is richer than him." Anita, embarrassed but composed, told them calmly, "I'm not marrying his bank account. I'm marrying his mind." And that was the beginning of her exile. When she insisted on marrying him, Mr. Okonkwo thundered, "Over my dead body!" So she left the house, quietly, took her small savings and started life with David. They rented a flat in Enugu, not fancy, but comfortable. Anita got a better paying job as a publishing assistant. David worked 2 shifts, clinic by day, tutoring medical students by night. They barely had time, but they had peace. And peace, my dear, is underrated. Meanwhile, back at the Okonkwo mansion, life continued as usual. Suitors came, flashy ones, rich ones. Cynthia almost married one Dubai Redernee, but found out he was married with kids in Ibadan. Bella got pregnant for a crypto bro who disappeared with her savings. But Anita, she and David thrived in the quiet. No noise, no drama, just growth. David eventually launched his own diagnostics lab, got investors, bought a small clinic, then another. In 3 years, he opened a full-blown specialist hospital in Abuja. Anita watched it happen. No announcements, no press releases, just execution. Then came the twist of fate. Mr. Okonkwo was diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer, fast and brutal. The hospitals in Enugu weren't cutting it. They rushed him to Abuja to one of the top-rated private hospitals, a facility even celebrities whispered about. Through a mutual connection, they were able to get admitted. Everything was pristine. The equipment looked like it was imported from the future, and for some reason they weren't billed for anything. Mama C asked questions, but the nurses always said, "Madam, it's covered." Then one evening, David walked in. Not in jeans this time. He wore a crisp white coat, a stethoscope around his neck. He was surrounded by 3 junior doctors. Everyone greeted him with the kind of reverence usually reserved for people with siren-blaring escorts. The moment his eyes met Mama C's, her mouth dropped. "David," she whispered. He nodded, calm as ever. "Good evening, Ma." You work here?" He smiled slightly. "I own here." She almost fainted. The next few weeks were a blur. David personally oversaw Mr. Okonkwo's treatment, got specialists from the UK to consult, flew in medication. Everything was done silently, without fanfare. Anita came to visit once, holding their daughter, chubby cheeks and a wide smile. Cynthia didn't know where to put her face. Bella couldn't look Anita in the eye. Then the final scene. Mr. Okonkwo, weakened but alive, called David to his room. "I insulted you, mocked you, treated you like nothing, and yet here you are, saving my life. I don't deserve your kindness." David didn't smile. He just said, "Everyone makes mistakes, sir. I just didn't let yours stop me from loving your daughter." Tears fell. Real ones. As they left that hospital, the Okonkwo family learned something hard. Status fades, money crashes, looks age. But character? Character will either build you a kingdom or cost you one. And for Anita? She didn't gloat, didn't say "I told you so." She just held David's hand tighter, whispered "thank you," and left the rest to karma.